Hello and welcome to the Apex Racing TV esports studio and our coverage of the penultimate round of the Apex Racing League Prototype Championship. We only have 2 more rounds of the season to go and we are heading to 2 of the fastest circuits on the schedule. Monza is tonight, Daytona is the season finale, and myself, Sam Fitzpatrick, and David Sampson will be bringing you through all of the action. David, yeah, some pretty exciting races to come. I mean, these prototype cars aren't necessarily the most raceable cars necessarily. You're not going to have as many draft battles as you might have in GT3s, but these final 2 circuits really give us the best opportunity for those types of races.
Indeed they do. Hello there. Monza's going to be good, yeah. Obviously we beat on the LMP2 drafts not being a thing, but I think that's going to be more than fine. GTPs will have enough draft here at Monza to make some very interesting racing. And the Parabolica puts a lot of pressure on the drivers. It's just a right-hand corner, but it's onto such an important straight where T1 is so critical. So the drivers are always trying to maximise every little bit. So yeah, I'm very excited.
Definitely. Well, let's have a look at that calendar, and we are very near to the end of it because yeah, we've only got those final 2 rounds of the season to go. Of course, matching the official series from IMSA. And of course, it will be just a 60-minute event tonight. Road America, we have the extended 75-minute event. But tonight we will just be going down to the 60 minutes, as will also be the case as well with Daytona for the season finale. But of course, the championships are getting to the closing stages now, and we can have a look at our GTP Pro standings. And this one is almost confirmed. Norbert Tamas just needs a results in one of the next 2 rounds, and that should be enough for him.
Even if he was only 5 points ahead, you'd still be saying the same thing.
If he was 10 points behind, you'd have confidence he can make it up.
Correct. He's been, yeah, unshakable this season.
I think he's attended 7 rounds and he's won 5 of them.
Yeah, and his qualifying's always on point, unlike some of the other drivers hit or miss and they perform well in the race or surprise himself in queue, but yeah, Norbert just puts the lap in.
Let's have a quick reminder of what his race win was like last time out, because
it's hard to go around the outside here, though. Trotsky makes it look easy. That is job done. Yeah, that is job done. Oh, no.
Man, team.
Yeah, I probably should have thought of that. I suppose. Okay, yeah, I'm being stupid.
This is alongside for 2nd place. Has Turovsky made it?
Has, yeah.
Manatee 1-2, Nucera.
And the lap he did get in was, yeah, good for 3rd or 4th, I think, at the time. But his pace was strong enough to fight back through. But, I mean, Nucera had a really strong race.
Yeah, Turovsky got ahead on track, but Nucera jumped him at the pit stops. That's what we just saw. And then in the closing stages, the 3 of them were all in a line, trying to find whatever grip that they could in the turbulent air of one another. And then this was the final lap, and this was as close as Nucera got for the entire race to the back of Norbert Tamas. And unfortunately, once you get to this part of the circuit, in these cars at Road America, there's very few opportunities, but Nucera ended up just quarts of a second away from a 3rd race win of the season.
Yeah, I thought Nucera had a really strong race. Stellar fuel saving. Yeah, since he started the season as an AM driver, it's been a very impressive run.
It definitely has been. And yeah, really positive signs from that team that maybe they can challenge the Manatee drivers for tonight. Let's have a look at the GTP AM standings. And it's Henning Schwebig, who... well, I always say how he's only won 1 race so far this season, and that's still the case, but he's had a win, I think a 4th, and then 2nd, 2nd, 3rd, 2nd, 3rd, 2nd, and he is very nearly there as well. Philip Longfellow would need to basically win the final 2 rounds and win them convincingly in order to get anywhere near him.
Well, if something was happened to Henning, I think that could swing it as well. But yeah, he's looking very strong. He doesn't know how to have a bad result at the moment, so it's going to be very tough to beat.
Absolutely. Let's have a look at the LMP2 Pro standings. I think maybe the most interesting. If that's actually so, let's have a look at the GTP team standings. And Manatee, 70 points clear of Absolute. Absolute had a perfect season, which is a big if. Like, you can't expect to maximize your results every round. But the gap really hasn't been significant. And of course, Absolute have, I think, 3 competitive drivers compared to Manatee's 2.
Correct, yeah. And, I mean, PS and Mag had a lot of bad luck this season. They seem to be involved in quite a lot. But Beast had a very strong season The drivers aren't the highest of iRating, but they're keeping up with 2 very fast teams. So they're keeping up well, actually. Very impressive season.
Definitely Jack Wells and Soren Kroll, I think the 2 highlights out of that team. Yeah, in the LMP2 Pros, probably the closest one with 2 rounds to go. Still 3 drivers with a reasonable chance. But
all on the same team.
If you were a bookies,
yep.
what odds would you be offering?
If you'd have asked me at the start of the season, let's say 2 rounds in, I would have gone Herbinho all the way.
I mean, pole, fastest lap and race win the first 2 rounds.
Yeah, he looked... But then he just rocked up to...
Zolder. No, it wasn't Zolder. It was...
Suzuka.
Red Atlanta.
Red Atlanta, yeah. I can't remember where. It just seemed to be off it. I think Bernier might go for it now.
Okay, yep.
Yeah.
He has won 3 of the last 4 rounds.
Yeah, he's almost 10k as well now, I think, if I remember rightly. He's absolutely flying, yeah.
And he's currently 11 points back. You get 6 more points for first than you do second. So if Bernier wins the last 2 rounds of the season, he wins the championship. There's nothing.
It's going to be great. And what 2 tracks to settle it at?
Exactly, yeah. And of course, there's going to be a lot of... The 3 of them are going to be running line astern for the next 2 races throughout them all. So will be very tense to see who can come out on top of that. This one's still alive as well. We've got the LMP2 AM standings, and Clement Quer ahead, and did extend his championship lead by 1 point last time out, ahead of Joris Ooms. Grigorenko missing 2 rounds. That's why he is a bit of a distant third. It's probably a 2-horse battle now. Yeah,
I think Grigorenko was in a good shout for the championship win, actually, but yep, you've got to attend. Seasons are long, and you need to rack up those points, and that's exactly what Clement's done. But yeah, it's been a tight battle, has the LMP2M.
It has been extremely close, and in the LMP2 teams, we have got Chaz, of course, a long way ahead, but Alcantech looking like they're going to secure that 2nd place, with Hafler Darson really leading that team very impressively in this championship. But let's have a look at the track guide. We've both been racing here, dare I say.
Wait, you've done 2?
Yeah.
You don't group yourself with me.
Well,
No.
We can't set this standard that you have to do 8 races in a day in order to know what you're talking about.
Okay.
For us normal folk, 2 races, 2 races is enough.
All right.
We don't have to OD on that.
Okay.
But I've actually really enjoyed this kit.
Same.
I think, I don't know what it is, but I think the weight to each corner means you really can put a lot of thought into each corner, compared to a circuit like Suzuka, where it's just everything's coming at you and you're not really thinking about how you're driving. Whereas this place, you're thinking about your braking markers, you're thinking, what did I do on the last lap? You're thinking, how much curb can I take? The traffic as well. So yeah, I'm not sure if it's an easier circuit necessarily, but it gives you more time to think.
I just think the Lesmos, Ascari, even Parabolica, you're just asking so much of the rear tyres. And because of those long straights that you run off, you know you've got to get that good exit. Like, it's not a track where you can just mosey through the corners slowly. There's so much pressure to be fast. So I love it because it's very technical in that sense, but it does, and it invites good racing. I like this track a lot.
Yes, I'm a big fan of it. Of course, through the Ascari chicane, really can carry a lot of speed in these cars. We're not going to quite see any overtakes between classes in those corners, especially seeing that the LMP2s through a lot of these chicanes are just as fast as the GTPs, but the GTPs will be able to get past at the end of the straights. And then, of course, Parabolica turn 11, easy to pick up a 1x, and that will complete the lap. So we will go to the track now for the qualifying session, but we'll show you this quick advert before we see the LMP2 drivers go out on track.
Are you struggling for consistency in your sim racing? Does your iRating look like a roller coaster? If so, we have good news for you. The way to get more consistent is to first understand what you're doing differently than the professionals. And VRS is the answer. With our competitive subscription, you will have the telemetry, setups, tutorials, and everything else you need to fully analyze your driving. Our data packs and the ability to compare your driving with the best in the world will show you exactly where to adjust your inputs, change your driving line, and shave seconds off of your lap times. And our powerful and precise Direct Force Pro wheelbase and precision pedals are being used by some of the world's best drivers. All these champions agree that VRS hardware is not just the best on the market, it's also priced well below the competition. So if you're looking to upgrade to direct drive and the best pedals in sim racing, VRS is your answer. If you want to get better, get faster, and make it happen sooner rather than later, you owe it to yourself to find out why so many people are switching to VRS. You'll be so glad that you did. Visit www.virtualracingschool.com and learn why the best use VRS.
Welcome to Monza. We are at the very start of the 20-minute qualifying session. I can reveal that the weather forecast today is completely clear. There's a 0% chance of rain. The last time we did a studio broadcast here at Monza was Apex Racing League GT3 Trophy, and it was a thrilling qualifying because it started raining at the end of Pro-Am qualifying, and the pro drivers all started near the back of the order because the track got wet just as they were starting the laps.
That's brilliant.
Unfortunately, we're not going to have anything like that amount of fun as it has been for every other race this season. It is bone dry, and we have one more chance of rain when we head to Daytona next week.
Yes, indeed. What's beautiful about this track is we can tell if someone's about to be on a push lap or just a warm-up lap build by the way they take the parabolica. You want to extend the outer limits all the way around to give yourself that extra chance to build up more horsepower. The off tracks have been tweaked here more times than I have years on iRacing, but quite a good balance. I say the harshest one now is the second chicane. This right hand there, that curb there, which I'm not sure what car that is there. He got a 1X there for sure.
So it's on the inside curb.
The second part, yeah, the right-hander, yeah. You just got to... I know it's obvious where it is. You've got to keep your lefts on the track. But it's quite a sharp corner, and it's a very big curve. You can't just drive around it. The off-tracks here are absolutely fine. Well, there's sausage curb on the inside nowadays.
Yeah, you can cut this one too much, but yeah, Pei had a bit of margin for that one. And
here on the left, you can't put more than half a tyre on that sausage curb. Unfortunately, I get it, but... yeah. And this is the corner where overdrive your car every lap and you're just going to abuse your rears.
Yeah, and you can't put more than half the car beyond the white line on the exit of Parabolica. So a little bit of a draft there for Perry. Won't get him a whole lot, but it does help around this circuit a bit. And it's currently Herbinho at the top of the standings, but his teammates yet to put in a representative time.
So we've got Augustine's Cam.
I'm not sure what shirt that is. I almost thought that was a football shirt initially, but I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it says. SY.
Synergy.
Could be.
There you go, yeah, it is Synergy.
Interim.
Yeah, I don't know if that is a football thing. I mean, it's got yellow and green, which is, of course, famously the colours of Norwich City Football Club, as well as Brazil. But there must be a French team, I imagine, with those same colours. Anton Tokbulatov, who was racing in officials earlier on as well, and racing very well, I will add, has yet to set a qualifying time. This is a lap, though, for him. And as long as he hasn't been held up too much by this Alcantech car in front of him, it could be a pretty strong one. Perhaps good enough for the third row of the grid, maybe even second row of the grid. And it is good enough for the second row, ahead of Watson and behind Crisp.
In breaking news, I've managed to track down the shirt using Detective. It's FC Nantes. There you go.
A League One team?
There we go.
I think. I don't think they're the second division.
It's their away kit specifically.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yes, and now we know.
You a fan of the kit?
I'm not a big fan of green, as we mentioned a few times. No, I'm not a fan of that kit, no.
No? Okay. So Herbinho currently 2/10 clear of the rest of the order, 35.4. The temperatures out there, 20 degrees track. It might be a little bit warmer come the race than what they're used to because the in-sim session times are slightly later than what it is in the officials, but should still be fairly comparable.
So on board with Half Darson here. Looking good. Really want to maximise your track limits here. Smack the inside, track out all the way to the dirt without clipping any 1x particles. It's got a big draft here, almost like he's going to get held up. Oh wait, is this a teammate ahead?
Yeah, looks like it's a teammate.
Oh, look at that. Ferrari strat, but done correctly. Didn't blow the corner.
I might just be driving that corner wrong, but I feel like he could have been pushing that first part of the corner a little bit more.
Well, the first part of Ascari,
Yeah.
you do have to balance the sacrifice because you want to be, if you can be flat.
Oh, absolutely.
All of it.
But the way that you hit those sausage curbs on the inside, on the second part, you almost like hook the car around. Almost.
Sure. It's quite, it's difficult to be repeatable doing that. That's the problem in qualifying especially.
Takes the shortest run to the line. Is it enough for the front row? It is. He gets ahead of Herbinho. Bernier, I don't think we mentioned, went to the top. Very nearly 10k is Bernier. He's 9.975. Earlier this week, I think he was only 9.95. So he's been chipping away at it, but whenever he wins a race at this stage, he's only gaining about 10 iRacing.
Yeah, I see him in officials this week. It's been hitting Monza.
Clement Quer, the fastest of the amateurs, but it's been Fabio Grassetto who's been on a fantastic run of form recently. He's won the last 2 races in a row, and it's promoted him from 13th in the championship up to 8th now.
Yeah, we interviewed him now. He said he's not really thinking about the championship, just his race performances to the end. But he can probably get top 4 if he keeps on this form, but yeah. Let's just stick it out. He's had a pretty awful season apart from those last 2 rounds.
I think Tokubulatov, someone crossed the line. Not entirely sure who it was. Maybe Sazonov moved up to P8. What is this lap like for Quer? A couple of personal bests. He gets beaten by Tim Perry, who's been very strong in qualifying this season. Can Quer get back ahead? He can, and he gets ahead of Watson as well. Only a 10th faster, but it yielded him a row on the grid.
Yes, indeed. So what Dan Blackwell can do. Currently sitting 13th, but 4th in AMS. He's got a tasty bit of draft there. Tim Perry sitting 8th. We'd probably see him improve. He's been rather impressive qualifying this season. That's not to knock his racing, but he's just been hyper-delivering in qualifying. Or maybe he just needs to step up his, confidence and aggression when out there in the race for the duration.
Yeah, I think he's a smart racer, though, in terms of he's not going to hold up someone who he knows is faster than him. But I think around a circuit like this, of course, you want to be in play, because even in the LMP2s, a tow around here could be worth upwards of 1/4 of a second, 3/10 a lap. So.
Well, massive in fuel. If you can follow around here your whole stint, it's worth a chunk of time. Here's an interesting pit exit.
This is Jocelyn's last attempt at a lap.
Oh, yeah. Wow, we'll run on board and see if he picks up a 1x. I mean, I haven't been driving prototypes, but the 1x's should hold themselves. Right, so he's nice and tight to the grass here.
Should be braking just beyond the 100 board. Yeah, fairly far after the 100 board, actually, that time. Oh, got a bit unsettled and just a bit wide on the exit. That wasn't ideal.
Yeah, it's going to cost him a lot.
Okay, good speed on the entry, but yeah, that first curve really unsettled him.
Is it really second gear there?
This one's third. Okay.
No, it didn't look right. Both times he had second down. As soon as he touched the float, it was in the blue lights. So I think he's just using it for confidence. Yeah, this is where commitment and confidence come into play. You've got to really chuck it over to the left, hook up the throttle.
Yeah, left quite a bit on the table there, I think.
Yes.
I feel even more wrong than normal criticising these drivers, saying that I think they're all faster than me. Especially Josden, he's a very quick driver. But
Yeah.
I do think that was a bit on the table. But using all the space through Parabolica, I reckon this might be good enough. It might get him around Quare, I think. Where does it put him? A couple of places behind Quare. Half a tenth of Quare. And behind Watson, it's the 5th row of the grid for Henry Joslin.
Yeah, not ideal.
It's very close though, isn't it, in that mid-pack?
It is, yeah. It is just Bernier with a nice gap, and then 3/10 separates 2nd to 7th, including Clement Quare.
Sazonov isn't going to improve on this lap. You can see in the bottom left, it is...
Oh,
What?
he did.
How do you do that? All those sector times were orange. And yet he went faster. So I don't know if maybe he set like one better lap, but like messed up one of the corners.
We are checking.
But like there were no personal bests, at least according to our system, during that lap.
No, I don't know how you can be slow in every sector.
But you could set like the lap of your life and pick up a 1x. And then your next lap is like a hundredth slower in each of the sectors.
Yeah,
and
the
it's still
sector
good.
analysis won't be using just clean lap information.
Yeah.
So you're right, yeah. Yeah, he was on a blinder, 1x'd it. And then, yeah, he's come through, done a lap that was meh, and then he improved on that lap just then. Yeah.
So the GTPs are out there?
Yes, indeed. Let's see what Norbert Tamas can do. Tarosky, who else we eyeballing? Where is last week's winner? Is he out there?
Yep. He's
I can't see him.
0.7 around the lap. He's underneath Jack Wells. Philip Longfellow as well out there. He needs a mighty round.
Sorry, I meant last week's P2.
Oh, sorry. Simone Nucera.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he is here tonight. Would you be ashamed?
Yeah. Sorry, that's the guy I meant. He almost won the race.
Yeah.
One more lap and he
The
might have
people's
been
winner.
The people's winner. Philip Longfellow. Only 2.5k. You have to remind yourself of this every now and then. Some of these guys are competing very tough split. Tarosky 31.3.
Well, the fact that he's
Tamas
got a
31.5.
lap in Tarosky early in a qualifying session, he hasn't done that in about a month. So that's a good start for him because he usually leaves it to the last lap and then ends up on the 2nd or 3rd row.
He's quick, by the way. I've raced Tarosky a lot. He's a quick dude. And he has been racing officials this week. I see him out there.
Did he pick up a 1x there, you think?
I'm not sure. I didn't catch it.
It seemed like he took a lot of curbs, so I think that may have been a bit over the limit for him. Or it's nearly over the limit, almost going onto the gravel.
Yeah, the exit gravel actually there is pretty forgiving, but it's so punishing for lap time.
Yeah.
As you probably found out.
Which is nice. You know,
Yeah.
like I'd much rather get a time penalty rather than a 1x.
Mm-hmm. That's why some people claim Red Bull Ring's ridiculous for 1x's, because most of the 1x's are gravel traps plus a 1x.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, like I've wrecked my lap and you're penalising me for it.
So
Oh.
Lewitson having enough of that.
Yep, getting out of the way. Leonard Schnabel in chat. Hello, sir.
Hello, Leonard. Are you racing, Leonard? You are. Why aren't you out on track, Leonard? Come on. This is your qualifying. Hasn't got a qualifying ban. I think Chris Afuli might have a qualifying ban. So we have a few more changes. Schwebig, fastest of the AMs at the moment.
Segro, very close lap time to Tamas there. The top three, well, no, yeah. Tarosky still has a bit of a gap, 1.2 tenths, but yeah, it's close at the top. Seagro's been looking very strong this season. Very, very strong. Here we go with Tamas. Sector 1. Nice and quick.
Yeah, that's a blistering first sector, actually.
It is, yeah.
And it's a very good second sector as well. Although Segro on a good second sector wasn't a great first sector, though. There are 5 sectors on this circuit. This circuit, I think, was added to iRacing, I believe, in 2015, so they were gradually decreasing the number of sectors from the highs of 8 at Sebring to nowadays we just have 3 usually.
Strong looking like this.
Lennart unfortunately having to sit out this one, but hopefully that at least enables you to get some early prep done for Daytona, Lennart, and we wish you the best of luck for that final round. Tamas, just shorts.
And
But look at Segro.
3,000 quicker than Tarosky.
He left himself with a lot to do as well after that first sector. But he delivered. Particularly the last sector was really good.
Yeah,
Last sector is just parabolica.
Yeah, tough. It is a tough corner to get the most out of.
Oh, that Beast Racing car, is it going to get stopped? Oh my goodness me.
We've literally got F1 Monza things going on.
I mean, that is not... I mean, he was trying to let his own teammate pass, and he got on the grass and then realised, oh, hang on.
Yeah, I come back on.
I think he actually had to accelerate to avoid him.
Okay, Slift car has not timed this well. It's too close. They're going to fight.
But the Aces car I don't think is even on a fast lap, I thought. Oh, he let him past. Henning Schwebig up in P4. This would be some result to beat someone like Origi, albeit I have no doubt Origi has more pace in it than what he's shown so far. He is currently on a faster lap, is Origi. 1.2 seconds.
Yeah, and
does
Anthony,
not do him justice.
Anthony Bernard's on a good lap here, by the looks of it.
Yeah, there is a chasm for Origi to put his car into. This is almost certainly going to be 4th fastest. But how close can he get to the top 3? And how far away can he get from Schwebig? Well, actually, he's much closer to Schwebig, and it does leave him vulnerable from the likes of Benand to perhaps move back ahead.
Benand's going to jump him.
Benand's crossing the line now. Wasn't a good lap from Benand in the end. He fell away, I think. Longfellow up to 7th.
Shame. First 2 sectors were brilliant. And the 3rd sector wasn't too bad. What am I missing here?
Yeah, it didn't seem too bad throughout. Here comes Schwebig. Can he get back onto the second row of the grid? In fact, this just starting a lap. My apologies. What a lovely draft. These Beast Racing drivers, when they're not driving on the grass, are really helping each other out.
And this is the reason they're a strange team. They're all in different cars.
Yeah.
You've got to build 3 setups. Hey, if it's for knowledge, for future, then, yeah, power to them, because they're learning a lot.
We're seeing some very good times being posted by Segro and Turoshki right now. Tamas isn't going to take pole. He's back in the pits.
Oh, yes,
But
Segro flying.
and Turoshki, or Turoshki's off the track. And there he is. He's crashed out of Ascari. So this man's going to take pole position. And he might go even faster. 3 personal best sectors in the first 4, but this is the sector where he needs the most improvements. That's way too wide.
I think that was too far.
Well, you've got to keep half your car within the white line, I believe. Did it count? No. No, it was too far off.
Didn't need it anyway. Jack Wells, where can he put his car?
No, it was an awful first sector. He was the one giving his teammate the draft.
Ah, yes.
So he's got nothing left in this. So it will be 8th position for Wells, former amateur champion, remember, from a few seasons back.
What an upset. Seagrove pole in the pros.
And I will have to look at the standings to see if he has got pole. He has not got pole. This is his first pole position of the season. He joins Tamas, Tarosky and Schnabel as pole sitters. Even Nucera, his teammates. That's Absolute Motorsport's first pole position of the season. I guess the big question is, will he be able to hold on to it? Do you think being quick in qualifying means that he's definitely going to have the race pace as well?
Well, no, obviously the Manatee boys can work together, but yeah, I think Seagrove can do this. He was early to pole. That lap looked like an improvement. He could have had an improvement. Yeah, he's looking mighty fast. They're gonna struggle to beat him. It's gonna be close though.
And when it comes to the Delatraz guys, we've got Bernier on pole for the LMP2s with Harfled Darson putting himself into P2. We've spoken about before about how if you're pole sitter, you can let your teammates when the green flag goes out, and they all seem to get on very well. But do you think there's the potential that Augustin might make a slight mistake when he says green, green, green and accidentally leave it half a second later?
No. Half Darson has had a stellar season. He splits the Delatraz boys every time, but he will be in no man's land for T1. I'm sorry, he hasn't got a chance. He hopefully can hold on to Delatraz. But
Sure.
Yeah, Herbinio and Delatraz are going to come through like a pair pushing, and Augustin will be the one giving draft, and he'll just be having no friends. It's going to be tough. But yeah, I called it. I think I think Bernier's going to win this.
Sure. Well, the session has just ticked over, so we will have a look at the grid then for this second to last round of the season. And it's Antonino Seagrove on pole position ahead of Balázs Tarosky. Then it's his teammate Norbert Tamas, who just needs a decent result tonight. Well, he needs 2 decent results, does Tamas, because he did not attend an early round. So he needs to make sure he finishes, but that's about it. Origi in 4th, but quite a long way off. Then it's head of the AMS with Henning Schwebig and Anthony Bernand, Philip Longfellow and Jack Wells in 8th. Then it's Mads Luitzen. Federico Crisafulli had a qualifying ban, and Lennart Schnabel will not be taking part. Then we move into the LMP2s, and on pole position in the pros is Augustin Bernier ahead of Michael Harfled Darson and Christophe Herbinier. Alexander Delatraz down there in 4th, but that might not be a bad place to be with the potential fuel saving that he'll be able to do out there. There's Anton Tokbulatov, who'll be looking to get in amongst those drivers. Matthew Crisp, Clement Quer, George Sazonov, Adam Watson, Henry Joslin, Tim Perry, Fabio Grissetto, and John Williams. Grissetto with another pole, I believe, in the AMS. There's John Williams, Alexei Grodin, Dan Blackwell, Joris Ooms, Anton Oman, and Luis Vernaccio. And of course, as everyone knows, it's one of the most, I think, known formation laps. We have half a lap of formation for this circuit for the drivers to prepare.
Yes, indeed. T1. Let's pray. No, I don't.
They'll be fine, because I think that myth about T1 at Monza being a bad thing, I think that's an ACC thing. I think it's all those ACC guys have made us iRacers believe it's a menace when it's not.
No, I don't believe in the T1 memes either. Like, I've done countless races this week and not been caught anything. But the problem is when something goes wrong, and they say the mid pack, anything doesn't have to be aggressive driving. Something goes wrong. Where do you go? You get some people going straight on. You get some people diagonally cutting. If someone goes on the grass, they're going to be. I mean, if you catch that grass on the right hand side, you end up destroying so many people's race. And there's nothing you can do about it. But let's see. And you've got the big sausage at 1 to navigate with cold tyres under heavy braking, and yeah, things can go wrong.
Yeah. And then, of course, down into the De La Roja as well. Always an opportunity for an overtake. We often see someone overshoot it or squeeze someone on the entry, or just get tapped around, particularly with the damage model on iRacing. It's so easy to, if you're on the inside going into De La Roja, to be have a bit of contact and spin yourself round. The start zone here is just beyond the bridge, I believe. So,
There's a bridge?
well, there's some kind of elevated structure.
Elevated structure.
Okay, a better way of playing it. It's just beyond the finish line.
Understood. Yeah, Augustine will go as late as possible anyway. Sorry, this is Segro.
So can't go yet. Here's the elevated structure. There it is. Now he can go. He's got to go before this next line. And
Okay.
now he does. He went the latest he possibly could, but he still managed to catch the other ones. And he will lead going down into turn 1 with Manty Boys side by side. It's getting very racy further back in the LMP2s. And there is a spin. And it's one of the Beast Racing drivers. And hopefully he'll be able to get back going again before the LMP2 comes along. Here they go. It's almost 3 wide. And they somehow managed to get through it. That is incredible. Augustin Bernier still in the lead and half a dozen holding on
He'll be able
to
to drop
second
him.
place.
Yeah, he'll be able to drop him. Brilliantly done. Yeah, the Delatres boys actually caused that themselves. One was to the left, one was to the right, and one of them closed up so much the other one got hit.
And Delatres has got past Urbino, and he might go past as well half a dozen.
No.
There's contact between the two of them. Where does half a dozen rejoin? Fortunately, holds the brakes, and that is a shame for a driver who had a brilliant qualifying and a brilliant turn 1.
Yeah, I don't need to see that again, unfortunately. I'm not a steward, but that's Delatres. He knows better than just... You don't just poke the nose. Oh.
Oh, that's lucky. How did that not?
How did he hold the outside?
I was fully waiting for glue, but it didn't happen.
Yeah, I believe that was fully on Delatres. You make a move or you don't make a move. He just poked the nose and, yeah.
Having a good run through that was Henry Joslin. He's up, I believe, 5 places.
Oh, and
so far as Henry Joslin.
Norbert Tamas is ahead of Tarowski.
Perhaps an orchestrated move there for Tamas to get past Jarosky, because it all seemed fairly even at the front of the GTPs.
I figured it must have been to T1, but yeah, I didn't realise it was...
And Jack Wells has had to return to the pits. A long night in store for him.
Yeah, we'll get a replay, but it looked like he just overbraked and that just loops the car. Was it him that... No, it was Blue car, wasn't it? It wasn't Jack Wells. Jack Wells must have hit that car. Oh, it was, yeah? Okay.
Oh, that's a little... No, it's all right. I think that was Clement Quer there. Still leader of the AMS.
So in GTP, if you lock the rears like that, the car will fix itself and put the rear at the front for you. Yeah, it will. It will do it all for you. You haven't got to worry. So Clement Quer, upper position, hunting down Anton, who is a pro driver.
Yeah, Quer is actually down a position, but he's gained 2 positions on the GTPs. So he's been overtaken by Henry Joslin, who's up 5 places. And George Sasnov, who's up a couple of places.
Chris Afuli is dropping hard. Maybe a slowdown. Yeah, he lost 2 positions on a straight, I believe.
Yeah, it's a shame for him. He started from the back because of a quali ban, and he'd actually made up 3 places. 4 places even.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Just saw him drop too quickly.
Looks like he's going to be able to re-overtake them very soon. Bernier breaking the drafts. Now, the other 2 will be able to save fuel with one another. But this is... I think Bernier would take this scenario. If you,
yeah, he's gone, mate. It's over. 2.6 seconds. He's too good to let this go. He's got this. He won't even be too concerned about fuel at that distance because... Yeah, the only one who can really capitalise on fuel will be Hubinio, and he's just too far back from Bernier to worry about.
I'm not exactly sure what the point situation is, but I'm fairly certain that if Delatres beats Hubinio tonight, that would be the end of Hubinio's chances of the title.
I don't think Delatres is keeping these points. Just my thought. We'll look at the replay.
Oh, yeah. Honestly, when I saw it, I thought it may have been half Darson moving to the left.
Where's the corner there?
Yeah, but he was moving in the... Like, he was diagonal. Oh!
Well saved. Yeah, so I assume Chris Foley had a slow down because he's looking like he's got the pace. That looks scary. Oh! Talking of scary.
It's Henry Joslin, who was up 5 places.
Yeah, we'll get a replay. Has he beached the car?
Well...
No?
Yeah, can we get another angle? Maybe TV2. Oh no, here we go.
Oh, that took him a very, very long time to... maybe a hardware failure? I'm not sure. He just seemed to sit for a very long time. Yeah, I wonder if he's self-dropped that on the gravel, just over pushing and dropped the rear. I'm not sure. Yep, shame for him. So, Anti-Seagro's broken the draft. Obviously, we saw that straight away. Norbert Tamas and Tarowski, 1.3 seconds back. They're following very closely. Origi, 2 odd seconds back from that, closely followed by Henning Schwiebel. And Henning Schwiebel, sorry, the AM, and Bernard P2 in the AMs, Mads Lewitz in P3. LMP2 we know about, all the Delatraz boys, Bernier, Delatraz and Herbinio. And in LMP2 AM, or half of Darsen's just got by Tim Perry, so he's on the charge back forward. In LMP2 AM, Clement Guerre still. And then Fabio Grosseto, who has a very fast Adam Watson ahead of him in between the 2 AM drivers. So, and this is Chris Fully having another go at Mads Lewitz again. Ooh.
Yeah, he overtook him earlier on. Tried to overtake him on the last lap, but it didn't work. But this time he does get past. And he can now move on to Anthony Bernand. I mean, honestly, I think Chris Fully might have the pace for P4 tonight. Origi doesn't look too confident tonight. But Chris Fully is making his way up through the order very quickly.
If you get one slowdown here at Monza, you're going to get another one. It's just, you either get them or you don't get them. So, yeah, it's not a good sign. We're only a few minutes in.
A quick reminder to everyone that Apex Racing Academy's Black Friday sale is currently in progress, and you can get up to 40% off a silver annual subscription by using the code ACBF2024 at checkout. That's ACBF2024. Head over to apexracingac.com in order to redeem your offer. It is the absolute best time to buy an Apex Racing Academy sub.
And silver's the all cars, all combos package.
It covers all the cars.
Yeah.
And of course for each of the official series.
Hello to Alan in chat. Some proper Samsung moves there today. Yep. I will be actually racing the Silverstone 24 with Alan. Yeah. We've decided to team up. All right, replay's coming in hot. All right. Half Dawson, yes, he turns for a corner. But
oh no, it's Delatraz as well.
Yeah. He's
I
leaning.
thought the contact was earlier in the corner.
He's Rennsporting.
Yeah, Wall's got a bit scared about the car.
He just overbroke big time. Yeah, Jack could do with just at this rate just setting a brake limiter, 80% or something. Because if you're scared in a GTP, you have to keep the mindset that you cannot exceed your brake threshold. And as you get slower, the issue gets harder. Yeah, because you're losing more downforce and more downforce. And the more downforce you lose, the less you can brake to optimally brake. Yeah, sorry, he was leaning on his car, what I call Rennsport style, because it seems to be a thing in Rennsport where if you lean on a car, they're slower off the corner or some weird physics thing like that. Sure. He was just leaning on his fender, 1 inch on him, and yeah, it was corner time. It was definitely half of Darsen's corner. And we don't have any Max Verstappen rules or all that nonsense about who was first to the apex.
Oh yeah, who owns the corner?
Yeah, we don't have any of that. It's Alonso rules. You always leave the space.
Yeah. Well, that could... I'm not sure what size penalty that would be. Usually the time penalties are judged as the time lost by the victim driver. But now in that situation, you'd think it's going to be 10, 15 seconds. So Delatraz might still get a podium, frankly. I mean, I think the Delatraz guys are very quick, but you will struggle to hold on to second place, as this could be a move, or a defensive move for Halfter Darsen to stay ahead of Williams after getting a bit out of shape through turn 1. Dan Blackwell as well in the background past Anton Oman. As we see John Thierry Arrighi. Had very good pace last time out. I think he had a long battle with Antonino Segro for the 4th position. Just ended up on the worst case in that, but Segro is a man possessed tonight, and Arrighi instead is having to battle the likes of Henning Schwebig. They are pulling away from the drivers behind of Banan, but Chris Afuli seemingly is a similar match to these guys. So yeah, it's important that Arrighi keeps this place.
Yeah, yes, indeed. And yeah, Segro is flying out there.
Yet to win a race this season, Antonino Segro.
Well, he's going to win it this week. He doesn't, like I say, as long as he's good in traffic, he really doesn't even need to fuel save with this pace he's got.
Would also put him into 3rd position in the championship if it ended like this.
Yeah, so but the pace he's got, just gun it, fill up enough to gun it to the end, and yeah. Oh, someone taking the Vettel line. That's John Williams. Oi, 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 oi. There's a JTP there, mate. He's wiggling.
Oh no! What? Oh.
Yeah,
I was going to go into the back of him.
yeah, I thought so.
I don't know what he had against the guy. No, John is a very good driver, very pace-side driver. We've now got 5 Brits in a row: Perry, Wells, Williams, Blackwell, and Joslin.
And we'd like to apologise on their position.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, yeah, not doing their nation proud.
When you said 5 in a row, my eyes glanced from the top, and I had to just keep looking until I got to the bottom.
Yeah, they're so far down that our timing tower doesn't even show the last one of them.
Jack Wells breaking it though, ahead of Joris Ooms. Aflevarsson making his way back through. Big shame though. Yeah, there's not going to be too much problems with traffic. When is it coming up? Can we see the track map? Because it's not happening right now. That's just the people who are slow, right? Yeah.
Yeah, we've got a while to go. Yeah, well, I've done a couple of fixed races, and they come across they don't quite lap you after 35 minutes. Well, they don't lap me at least, but I'm a pretty fast driver.
Obviously, this is higher than a 2K soft, though, isn't it? So it might be different.
So, Herbinho now ahead of Delachaz. I am going to admit that I thought they were already that way round.
No. Delachaz was the one with the issue, had the issue with Half Dawson, and he was
and he
stayed
lost
ahead.
the place in that, right? Yeah, sorry, yeah.
So this really hurts.
So yeah, this is really bad for
Delachaz, yeah. Because Bernier is looking set.
Going into this round, he led the championship by 11 points. If it ended like this, the championship lead would be down to 2 points.
Yeah, Delachaz could have a little bit of damage, to be honest, with the contact, so you never know. He might be a little down or just burning a little bit of fuel with aero damage. Oh, let's hope this ends well. It does. Yeah. Oh! I thought one of them stepped out. It's easy done, especially later in the race. We're going to see a lot of half slides in Parabolica. Hour-long race. Got to look after your rears.
Bernand has made a mistake.
Yep. He's below.
Oh!
He's... Which mistake? Yeah, we'll get a replay of that, but something's gone very, very wrong. Yeah, he's lost quite a few positions there.
Yeah, he's now last of the
AMS.
drivers who haven't made a pit stop. And
Right,
last of
yeah.
the AMS, that is correct. Yeah, Jack Wells having to pit on lap 1 because of damage that he picked up himself.
Whoa! Maybe his tyres are on fire or a bit of damage. That was a very dodgy looking Ascari. As we're on board with Eurosims, as we've come accustomed.
My favourite camera angle. I love a shoulder cam. On all these onboard cameras for the cars, I always do a shoulder cam. I think it's underutilised. I like this for the rig as well that yours has got.
Yes, indeed. We can see into the future on his rig. I see him come off the corner before the broadcast.
Yeah, it's about... Yeah, iRacing is about 1 second behind for us spectators.
Yeah, of course, the start spotting button. That drives me nuts.
So
you have the technology.
If you start spotting, that brings you level to
I don't know if it's level. It's
yeah.
definitely closer. I don't know. I've never compared like how close, but yeah, definitely closer.
Do you, when you're in a team race, do you tell your drivers, all right,
yeah,
faster car coming up behind?
Oh, what, physically spotting?
Yeah, and saying, oh, car alongside, clear.
At the start of the race, we give clear messages, even if we think they know, just so they can concentrate on everything else that's going on, cold tyres and that. It depends on the drive. Oh, this is...
No. Yes. Brilliant.
And then teammates side by side. It depends on the driver. It depends on the type of race. Typically, no. If it's something like Nordschleife or a heavy multi-class race, or the driver's tired, or he's been in for quite a few stints, or it's night, or it's raining, then yeah, then we always spot. But it really is up to the driver as well.
That was a really nice move from Matthew Crisp to get clear.
It was crispy.
Yeah. And Toki Bilatsov managed to get past Sazonov as well. Sazonov did start behind both of these drivers, got ahead of them, and now has lost out to them. Very quick driver is George, but I think he might be lacking a little... Well, to be fair, this is the battle of the best of the rest behind the Delchaz guys, so they're not exactly slow on this trio.
Yeah, it's going to be Half Dawson's... he can probably... Yeah. No, his race is over.
Yeah, Harper Dawson 14 seconds behind these drivers. That is probably too much for him to catch up unless Matty holds up these drivers. They are teammates, him and Harper Dawson.
I don't think you can hold him at 14. Okay, some more replays. This is Benand. Oh, okay.
Whoa, Kusafuli just managed to get through.
Oh, wow, so this is why you hold your brakes. He smashed 2 walls in the same instant. Well, that one's not his fault, but this, if he held his brakes, he wouldn't do that. Well, I don't know, he might be travelling quite some speed. Whoa, wouldn't avoid.
Good demonstration of never lift when a car's spinning in front of you.
And this was a great move. Well, yeah. Wow.
Or was it a defensive move? I think it may have been a defensive move, but like either way, like and just good driving from the pair of them. Like
yes, indeed.
And that is a good element of the circuit. How because the corners are so tight radius, if you can get a slightly wider turn in and spit it out the corner, then you can have a run.
100%.
I think a lot of modern circuits are too wide. And I think a circuit like this, which is so narrow, sort of maybe enables those sort of pinching. I'm not sure.
I'm surprised these two haven't tried epic esports tactics like lifting on the exit of Parabolica, and then Tarowski pushes Tamas all the way down the straight to save fuel, and Tamas does a nose stop.
Well, Tarowski, if they right now, Tarowski's basically ahead, right? Because of
but if they swap the position, then there's no point. Like, I'm not sure what Tamas is doing. If it's a fuel saving strat, then it's 2.5 seconds. Like, and this is only after 18 minutes. They don't have a chance at the moment.
He lost 2 tenths, on that last lap. Did the P2 man to the P1 man.
So he needs to get straight and then lift, and then Tarowski pushes him all the way. Then you get your 10-second jump in pits. But none of that in play. Do you remember the ART boys doing that at Daytona?
Yeah, Daytona.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
And I think when one of them had an issue, they managed to link up again.
Yeah.
And then did it for another 12 hours.
Yep. Very impressive stuff.
So these guys now 6 seconds ahead of Jean-Thierry Origi, who has pulled away slightly from Schwebig. And of course, for these guys who are facing the officials, this will be so unusual for them to have so little traffic. They will go half an hour into this race with pretty much no traffic.
Of course, because they're used to the GTs coming around sooner.
Yeah. But
Obviously,
instead it is just making laps.
We were saying Jack Wells is pitted, but obviously it was just for fast repair and what looks like a dab of fuel.
Watson ahead of Quer. That is, that is a move from Watson. Quer, after a brilliant qualifying, has dropped. Well, he's down 1 place, to be fair, is Quer. It's not too bad. But but he's gained a position from Half the Darson having an issue.
Yeah, I think he lost it to Adam Watson.
Yeah. And then, he lost another place to Sasnov earlier on.
Sorry, to my point, yeah, Jack Wells needs to pit again, is what I'm saying.
Yes.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, in the LMP2s, they'll only be able to go, like, 35 minutes. It'll be very short, like, stints because of the high fuel consumption here. So, yeah, even if you pitted now, you wouldn't get to the end of the race in the LMP2s. You could in the GTPs. Easy enough for Seagrave, past that first bit of traffic. But they're just stragglers that they've got to get through for these next few laps, and then will be about 5 minutes time, 10 minutes time before they get into the proper meet.
Is cooking. I think the strategy was wrong for the Manti boys. I think they should have unleashed Tarowski and tried to fill Seagrove's mirrors, push, don't let him fuel safe, do anything you can to distract him. Because this just letting Tamas have it hasn't... They've got a 6-second gap to Origi. Like, this just isn't going anywhere. Or at least the other way around, Tamas could maximise his fuel saving while using Tarowski's draft, and then Tarowski, if he ever got more than a second away, could have lifted and they could have manipulated something a little bit more exciting than Tarowski just looking like he's being held up. Hey, perhaps I'm seeing it wrong. Perhaps they're going to surprise me. But yeah, the gap's already too big.
This team have won 6 of the 8 rounds so far this season. Simone Nucera, for Absolute Motorsport, the only other driver to win a race. He's won 2 of them. Antonino Seagrave with no race wins so far this season. He's had a 2nd and a 3rd.
Or are we seeing this wrong? Hasn't Tamas won the championship no matter what, and it's Tarowski fighting Seagrove, and this is the plan I've just described, but they're doing it with Tarowski? Am I mad? Is Tarowski being given the win here? Or the opportunity to win? Is Tamas cutting a hole in the air from an... Is Tarowski hypersailing?
I believe that Tarowski... I believe they think that Tamas is faster. And therefore they put him ahead in the view that he can tow Tarowski along and they can both go faster.
Well, it's not working. So that plan backfired.
But maybe Tarowski's even slower than Tamas.
No. I'm going to stick with my new wild plan. They are going to try and get Tarowski a massive fuel saving. Let's see. Because that gap has been small the whole time, and that would be easily manipulated by Tamas just lifting to keep Tarowski there. Dudarev Motorsport? Has that been the team name the whole time?
Yep.
Can't say I've seen the name before.
Not sure what it means. But anyone who is familiar with it, do let us know. Here comes Tokbilatov. We've seen one really good move at this corner already. That is not another one because that's going to be a slowdown because he fully cut the corner. But he's going to try to serve it mid-corner, is he?
Yeah, by the looks of it.
And, well, really struggled offline there, did Matthew Chris. Tokbilatov might hang on to this. And joining them now is George Sazonov. He's gained about a 1.5 seconds in a matter of moments.
I mean, that was a terrible move from Anton. Like,
you think? Was he not forced off the circuit?
He was the outside. I don't know. It all happened in real time. I'm not sure.
What I would say is that as someone who's been disqualified from a race, an official series race for cutting a chicane, Tokbilatov, if he gets reported, would get disqualified from this race by iRacing. Because he gained a position by cutting the corner.
I had a weird occurrence happened at Monza this week. I had a big battle on the last couple of laps, and I got a drive-through penalty.
Ouch.
On the last lap, last corner, which we couldn't serve.
No.
But guess what? Everyone behind us was lapped by,
Oh,
the
lovely
GTP.
stuff.
Yeah, but very late. Very, very late. So all of a sudden, we didn't lose any positions. Apart
Sure.
from a lot of SR. So I'm thinking I've lost 130 iRating and I gained 27. It was insane. The difference.
Still bouncing behind.
Yeah, that's his teammate.
Yeah, Sazonov.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sazonov going to have to go the long way round.
This is gonna end
He's
badly.
trying to keep a part of his car alongside.
This is just going to end badly. They're not
Oh,
racing
he's
with...
going to go through there.
Yeah,
And he's off the circuit. Sazonov will go through.
yeah, there's no... that wasn't looking very respectful. What a send from Tim Perry. Here we go.
Very, very much poking the bear.
He's split by teammates, one in front, one behind. Yeah. Okay, let's look at the first incident of those two. Let's see.
Okay, so who crashes into who? I think Tokyo might turn in.
But has he earned the right? Oh, I don't know.
I would say Tokyo should give up the position in that.
Yeah, he hasn't earned the right to the corner.
But I'd say he turns in, causes contact, and that causes the inside car to have to straighten up, and that's what forces Tokyo to cut the corner. But it all stemmed from Tokyo causing contact. Anthony Benan's one of the first drivers to come into the pits. In the
Yeah, if he's got damage, he's going to want to pit the second it's greenlit. So, yeah, so he can... Well, this is the problem with the series length. Not just the problem, but the problem with his damage is that you really don't want to take tyres when you're doing stuff like this. When you got damage, because obviously tyres slows your damage by 50%, I think, yeah. So if you've got 30 seconds of damage and a 15-second pit stop and you take tyres, you're only going to get 7.5 fixed, so... But yeah, it's very important to... Oh, we got fast repairs in this series. Yeah, okay.
Oh, yeah.
I'll shut up talking. Yeah, he's boxed.
But he did take tyres.
Yeah. So,
Yeah,
I mean, he would use fast repair to bypass all that,
Yeah.
that entire speech I made.
It does mean he's got a lot of LMP2s, though, to overtake. Which isn't ideal.
Yeah, they're due in soonish, but yeah, not ideal.
Yeah. So 2 seconds the gap between Bernie and Herbinho has come down. I'm not sure if it has come down, actually. I think it's pretty much been identical. These guys are so evenly matched. These laps, particularly at Monza, I think, as well, are so repeatable for these drivers that there is just hundreds each lap between the pair, between the lot of them.
All right, Tim Perry in action again.
Oh. After Darson, who's was running up in second place in the early stages. Very early stages. Perry's not going to be able to cut off this one. But if he can, well, I mean, at this point, if he stays to the white line, then half Darson will have to go onto the grass. But he's being generous.
Why is his teammate not giving half dust in the draft? I'm not sure what the earth's going on there. That's his teammate ahead, yeah. He was giving Tim Perry the draft.
Yeah, so Darson could have a good launch out here, but Perry squeezes him. Now half a dozen will have the shorter run through Curva Grande.
That is his teammate ahead, isn't it? Yeah, he was definitely giving Tim the draft. That's going to be heated in the debriefing. Right, half Darson has the shortest run to the line. Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Benan's like thinking, why did I pit?
Yeah. Tim Perry's loose. After I tell you, Tim Perry's heard my talk. His gloves are off.
Benan might get both these guys before Ascari.
I was saying Tim needs...
So it's Watson who is this next driver.
Okay, that makes a ton more sense. Adam's a feisty driver. I've driven endurances with him. I'll be racing against him in the 24 this Saturday. He's a fighter. I always think of Tim as a calculated man. You know? Okay. Now I understand.
So Benan clears the pair then, and that battle will just rage on is the closest battle currently going on out on circuit, and it's down to 2/10 again. He's going to have a great shot at this, but half a dozen comes into the pits. He had enough, and this is clearly the point in the race that they can get to the end. They can't go far. Well, they could have pitted a couple laps ago. It's about 35 minutes that they can go on a tank in the LMP2s. Not sure if they'll take tyres though. Yeah, I'm not sure if they will take tyres. Or maybe, I guess just taking rears might be an option. Well, he's taking some tyres. Let's see when he gets off the jacks. If it's after 12 seconds, then it's 2. But no, he's still on the jack, so he is taking 4 tyres.
Luis Finaccio is in.
Faster pair used for him. Uh-oh.
Oh,
That's
wait.
very bad news for Schwebbeck. He was having a very good race, and it's left him vulnerable against Chris Afuli. He's going to blitz past him.
He was taking the very long way round. It looks like it's all he needed. Chris Afuli's recovery race as he's back now.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to get finished P4 here, despite having a qualifying ban and a slowdown on lap 2. He might be P4 with about a third of the race to go, storming through.
Yep, Anthony Bernand is making his way through. Long way to go though. Probably didn't work out the pit timing, but then again, all the rest of the GTPs had to pass the LMP2, so...
no, they haven't, though.
Yeah.
The leader of the GTPs
yeah.
is still behind.
Leader of the Alcantech, both the Alcantech boys are in. Oh, yeah, lots of the... Alexi Grodin is in. John Williams is in.
And they're all taking tyres. So, I mean, so fuel saving then isn't going to count for much because you're limited on your pit stop by your tyres.
Correct.
Not your fuel.
Unless
So-
they take 2. That's the only...
Unless they take 2.
I would. Because I just can't bear to sit there longer in the pit.
Well, so far, everyone's taken 4.
Well, John Williams with a much faster pit stop though. He couldn't have done that on fuel alone.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, so 2 tyres for John Williams. He saved 2 seconds by taking 2 tyres. 2.5 seconds. Let's see if that works for him. Or no tyres. He may have taken no tyres. You think he'd at least take rears?
Yeah. You definitely wouldn't want fronts here. That would feel awful in
Yeah.
Parabolica. Oh my god.
And I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the reason why they're taking 4 tyres isn't because of the high tyre deck. I think it's because they have to take so much fuel anyway that it's less of a penalty than other races.
Yeah, could well be.
So some of these LMP2s are still going. So it makes sense that the guys who have already pitted in the LMP2s, they're taking 4 tyres and thinking, let's half and half this race. So I get, you know, the fresh tyres earlier on in the race and I do half an hour on one set, half an hour on the other set. These guys who may only be taking 2 tyres, they don't have any incentive like that to get on the fresh tyres. They're just going to go as long as they can, drain the tank. And yeah, so maybe amongst these guys, the fuel saving will still matter. And if the fuel saving does matter, of course, Alexander Delachaz in P3 would be in the prime position to benefit because he has been in the draft for this entire Boston.
Well, not the entire, but yes, I'll give you that.
Yeah. Yeah, Herbinho got past him. It was about, what, 15 minutes in? 10, 15 minutes in?
Yeah, I mean, will this see Bernier take the lead in the championship with it being first and third?
At the moment, no, it would go down to 2 points. But, like, at that point, like, it becomes whoever wins out of the pair of them in the last round.
Epic.
So, it would essentially be, yeah,
So he'll
a
just
one-race showdown.
Schumacher it and wipe them both out and collect the trophy.
They all seem to get on really well to the Delachaz guys. So,
Yeah, they do.
we wait to see if
But a
they will
trophy's
do
a
that.
trophy, mate.
Sure,
Trophy,
yeah.
It changes people.
Yeah. Tokbilatsov and Sazonov are in for Dudarev.
Yep, both in.
We wait to see if they take 2 tyres. Still no temptation from the GTPs to come into the pits. Seems like in that case then, it's just going to be 2 tyres in the GTPs. If you're taking 4 tyres, you'd pit on the halfway stage, but none of them are doing so.
Yep, 4 and 4.
Origi only 0.4 of a second ahead of Chris Avuli, who has been chasing him down half a second faster that last lap.
If you can believe it, we know how fast Origi is. He is 12.2 seconds off the back of Tarowski. It's a mighty gap. Mighty gap.
Quick shout out to Racing Unleashed. The final round of the Racing Unleashed GT3 series is coming up on Sunday. You have still got time to take part. If you sign up over at apexracingleague.com, then you can do pre-qualifying either tonight or tomorrow. It's just a case of setting a lap and you can race on Sunday. And it is a 60 minutes race on Sunday to finish out the season. So do check out apexracingleague.com, where you can also sign up for the final round of this championship as well.
Bernier, Hobinio, Delatraz, Watson and Clement Quer are all in. So we keep an eye on the pit stop times.
Are they all taking 4 tyres? Are they being boring?
4 for Bernier. Oh, there's a split.
No,
Delatraz is going. Delatraz is much shorter.
So Delatraz now ahead of Hobinio and much closer to Bernier. But is he in the draft? Not quite. 9/10. He needs a good lap here, Delatraz.
Yep.
Oh, look at that. He's attacking it straight out the pits. This is crucial.
Delatraz must have practiced that. He cut that pit exit line quite a bit there. But if it's something he practiced, he's got it down, or he'll be boxing this lap. Because I hate that line.
Well, he's gained a 10th and a half by doing that.
Mads Loritz and Henning Schwiebel are in the pits. Joris Ooms is heading out. Henry Jostin heading out. Now this is a draft. Matthew Crisp on the back of Adam Watson. And we know Adam Watson's a fighter, and we know Crisp is, so... Wow. The guy behind didn't notice the 2 wide and thought, I'll just brake at my normal spot. And he's actually flashing. Come on. Come on now. They were side by side.
So that was George Sazonov, who unfortunately has lost touch with his teammate Tokbilatsov. Remember, he came into the pits just behind Tokbilatsov, but he's a long way behind now. Tokbilatsov clear of the 2 cars in front of Sazonov.
Yeah, I mean, the guys in front side by side, you've got to expect them to brake earlier. They can't carry the same speed in.
Gap between the top 2 in the LMP2, 0.6 of a second. So, but Delatraz is in the draft now, and I think he should be able to drag his way up to the cars ahead and maybe challenge for this race win, which would be crucial for the championship. If Delatraz can win this round, he would be almost uncatchable. It would just be a case of him getting a half-decent result at the final round, and that would be enough for him to win the title.
Yes, indeed. This is going to be an interesting battle with Halfdarson, Sazonov and Crisp. Obviously, Halfdarson and Crisp are teammates, but not to mention just Halfdarson, how quick he is. We know he's going to be wanting to get this done.
And this is the battle for the LMP2 AM League. Clement Quer started way ahead of Fabio Grassetti. But now they are absolutely millimetres apart, and Clement Quer gets back past. So Grassetti got ahead at some point. He took an earlier pit stop, Grassetti. Maybe got the undercut with the fresher tyres. But he has now been overtaken. And the question is now...
No, that didn't
whether
work. No, it didn't
Clement
work.
will be able to overtake.
That didn't land.
Did you?
Yeah, mate, I peeked it, so I'm not going to miss one.
I can hear the audience laughing.
Nope.
Maybe you didn't get it.
Oh, I got it.
I don't think you got it.
I did get it, got it. So this is going to be an interesting battle. Is it going to be what I suggest? I mean, the gap's too big. Trotsky's... Oh, yeah. It doesn't matter.
A massive thing to say in a racing commentary. That doesn't really matter in the end.
No, I don't think... whatever they're trying, it can't... It cannot. It's insurmountable to 3.2 seconds. And that Seagro's rapid. Like...
Origi's had an off, by the way. He's just lost 7 seconds as Origi from P5. Not that that matters really either. I mean, he hasn't got anyone close behind him. Might be overtaken by one of the drivers who was already pitted, perhaps, but...
Yep.
As Jack Will comes in for his second pit stop. But yeah, you're absolutely right about this. 3.4. I mean, Seagro's just edging it away as well. Every time I look down at the timing, Seagro's opened up the gap by another 2-3 tenths.
Yeah, that's why I think they might just be hyper saving Tarosky and hoping Seagro has a, you only got to have one traffic moment, right? And it's all reset.
But I don't think those traffic moments exist.
No, not without GT Freeze, yeah. I agree.
Tamas in.
And Tarosky stays on.
So I'm surprised he's in that early, honestly. I think these guys can go 45 minutes without even doing that much fuel saving. I mean, you know these cars better than me, but like we've seen this season at some tracks the just go beyond 50 minutes. And this is high fuel consumption, so that almost seems like Tamas has pitted out of choice. Maybe because of the traffic. Or maybe for the fresher tyres, maybe his rears, he wants to get a new set of rears.
Absolute Motorsport Ace in chat. Push Seagro. Yeah, he's definitely pushing. Looking very strong. Unless they go for full race manipulation, Tamas just waits for Tarosky to come back round, punches another new hole, right? Lap down. And Tarosky no-stops it. Bam. Easy.
No-stops it?
Yeah. I mean, if he heads up round, picks up Tarosky. Tarosky's been lifting on every straight, yeah. And goes for a giant upset. But it's not happened. But I'm giving teams ideas now. They're like, we should try this.
I think it doesn't mean much if you haven't done it yourself. I don't think you can go, well, I would do
No, I didn't say I would do. I did not say I would do.
Or I would recommend it, but I'm not going to do it myself.
No, not stupid. Seagro's got that up to 4.1 now. Yeah, driving very impressively. Origi, yeah, completely disconnected after that.
Tarosky in before Seagro. Now...
Like this needs to be...
tactics. Again, I think it's because of the traffic.
This needs to be a...
Well, he's only going to take 2 tyres, for certain.
It needs to be a 19, which it isn't going to be. But it needs to be, yeah, I'm going to say 19 and a half, 20 seconds. Otherwise, yeah, they've just been driving around.
Yeah, if we could stay on cameras, I just want to double check that he is going to only take 2 tyres. He should be getting off the jacks now. No, he is taking 4 tyres. So you can't have that quick a pit stop if you take 4 tyres. Like he's still on the jacks. Fuel, there's no fuel going in that car.
But that's a really slow stop.
So yeah, but because of the tyres, like he couldn't have gone any faster.
No, I mean that's slower than Tarosky's.
Yeah. So I mean fuel saving means nothing when you're taking 4 tyres. And he's now behind Tarosky, so behind Tamas. So yeah, I mean yeah.
It's a new strategy. No strategy. They were just driving around.
They were just driving around.
They're just chatting in Discord.
There was no like fuel saving or anything. They were literally just driving.
They're just chatting. Oh well.
So Seagro can do whatever he wants. Like he may as well just take 4 tyres because he's going to be under no pressure, and he may as well pit now. No point in.
Correct. You want to cover off the situation, correct? Yeah, he doesn't want to get out there and there's a major accident. It only affects him on his cycle and not the others on the other cycle. You want to be on the same cycle.
Well, some drivers did take 2 tyres. Chris Afuli took 2. Origi took 2. Banan took 2. And taking 2 tyres saves you about 2 to 3 seconds in the pit stop. So they just didn't feel like it was worth it.
Yeah, I don't expect Seagro's to be a fast pit stop, but it shouldn't have been. He was going for out-and-out pace, and the strategy worked. I'm just surprised how slow Tarowski's pit stop was. And his pit stop is
Fast.
faster. Almost a second faster than Tamas and 1.5 seconds quicker than Tarowski.
Must have just got stopped in... Because where you stop in the box, does that affect how quick your tyres go on? I think it does, right? I think if you overshoot your box, I think it takes longer for the tyres.
It better not. No. No,
I think so.
no. You're making
Anyone
that...
who knows in chat, please let us know. I think that's the thing.
That's an ACC thing. You're playing the wrong game, mate. At ACC, it definitely is, because they have to bring you to centre.
Or, but there is an element of randomness on the iRacing stuff, though, when it comes to tyres.
You're saying 3K things, mate.
My tyres are always slower than
Yeah, exactly.
your tyres.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why I'm not 4K yet.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry. Okay, so Hibinio on the back of Delatraz after, rather... just checking my math. Yeah,
Delatraz lost loads of time to Bernier. Where did he lose that time? You remember he was right on the tail of
yeah, he
Bernier.
was 0.7 to 8 tenths last time we checked.
It wasn't on the last lap. Oh, it was on this lap. It was literally at the second chicane on this lap. He lost a second and a half.
Slow down then.
I think it was a slowdown through turn 1, and he carried, and he actually did it because his first sector was slow as well.
This is going to get awkward. The cars are following quite close. Yeah, just tucks in between. Okay. Green Army. Delatraz clinging on to the GTP for draft there. As comes through Tarowski. He's just going to send the 1.
Yeah, there's so little motivation to actually pass an LMP2 around here. Or through that chicane. Because the LMP2s are just as quick.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, to recap, Seagro's got almost a 3.5 second lead to the boys watching on the screen. And in GTP AM, Henning Schriebel unchallenged.
Yeah. Will be his first win, Schwiebig, since round 1.
Yeah, impressive.
I mean, I don't think he'll be able to lose the championship if he wins this. But, yeah, he hasn't won a race since round 1 of the championship.
So mostly predictable winners, apart from Segro, who's been flat out the fastest today. Although it looked like it got interesting with Quer and Grissetto at one point, but Clement was all shoulders out on the exit of T2.
So I'm looking at the point situation for the LMP2 Pro drivers. We worked out what the point situation would be if Bernier won and Delatraz was 3rd, but now Bernier's winning and Delatraz is 2nd. So the gap going into this round was 11 points. It would be down to 5 points going into the final round. That would mean that if Bernier won the last round and Delatraz was 2nd, Bernier would win the title. But
any other position?
If Herbinio won, Bernier was 2nd and Delatraz was 3rd, then Delatraz would still win the championship.
Yeah.
So, like...
He can finish one ahead, but it has to be first.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, if he wins the race, he wins everything. But if he finishes 2nd, then...
He needs his teammate more than one position behind him.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So, if Harfler-Darson rocks up and... if it's wet and Harfler-Darson wins by a minute, as he's told us he would do, then you would need to have Herbinio in between him and his teammate as well.
Yes, indeed.
What drama would it be if it was wet in the final round?
Yeah, it'd be brilliant.
Really open up a new element of driving. Apparently, Augustin's very good in the wet, according to the other Delatraz guys. So, but he's not bad in the dry either. He's won 4 of the last 5 rounds. Bit out of control over the curbs that time.
Yeah, he does a lot of officials. I don't see Delatraz much, but he might race on a different time zone to me. I see... Who do I see out there usually? Tarowski, Mads Laritsen, Bernand, Bernier, Adam Watson. John Williams. Yeah, I think that's it.
Got some replays. Origi. Oh, did he get tapped by? He got tapped by Chris Afuli. Well,
Yeah,
that
let's
was
have a
very
look.
unnecessary from Chris Afuli because he was going to overtake him anyway, and now he's going to get a penalty, which might
Yeah, I mean...
cost him the place.
Ugh. Ugh. Yeah, it's tough. I haven't got all the data.
In what scenario? Like, what would you need to see in order to?
If you're not throttling on the exit.
Sure.
Yeah, if you haven't lost the rear and you're not throttling, then yeah. Then you get spun, mate. Get out my way. It's a straight. It's a throttle zone. If you're not throttling in the throttle zone, then get out my way. It's tough though. Like I've been wrong a million times analysing those situations, and I look at it and yeah. Nah, mate, you're not throttling. Like it's not a fuel saving zone.
Shout out to the VRS summer sale just going on. If it makes the deal sound better, we can call it the VRS Black Friday sale. But either way, it's a very good deal because it is 30% off a lot of VRS products as well as their bundles as well, where you can buy their wheels and pedals and wheelbases all in one go. Get heavy discounts on those products when you buy it as a bundle. And of course, the best place, if you're located in the UK, to buy those products is over at apexracingsim.com. So do check them out. Thanks to VRS for supporting the broadcast. That was someone who just went into
Dan Blackwell?
the other realm.
Wait, no, Dan Blackwell's in the pit?
I think that was him, though. Yeah, I think he did just tow.
Ah, we'll find out what happened there.
Remarkably, he has beached himself on the turn one curbs.
Sorry. I love watching a prototype beached. Funniest thing. It's the worst feeling ever. Sorry, I'm keeping it serious.
As a Hulkenberg fan a few weeks ago, I was in tears when he got beached on the exit of turn one.
Whoa. I've been not watching F1 much lately, I have to admit.
Oh, you've missed a couple of good races.
Yeah.
I mean, Brazil. You didn't watch Brazil?
I caught the highlights.
I mean,
I know.
a great race.
Yeah,
I think it will probably be top 10 races of the decade. I think.
it's my first time in my lifetime where I've just not had the urge anymore.
Just as it's got good again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like
Six different winners in 6 races. What more do you want?
yeah, I get it. There's no good drivers anymore, so when Verstappen has a bad race, they fight amongst themselves. Yeah, I don't know, yeah. I don't know, just haven't got the urge at the moment.
Alexei Gordon currently 9 seconds behind Tim Perry, but only 1 second ahead of Joris Ooms. We were discussing the AM Championship earlier on for the LMP2s, and I think if it ended like this, it would be very good news for Clement Quer, because he is standing to outscore everyone in category. Even if he loses out to Fabio Grosseto, which is looking likely now that he's 1.7 seconds ahead, he'd still extend his lead over Joris Ooms. So Clement Quer taking another step closer to the amateur championship, and this would be his 3rd race win of the season out of 9 events.
This would definitely be his last time in amateur. I think he's proven himself more than capable to be in the pro field. Be a very solid driver.
Another shout out this time for the late Apex. We were discussing a lot of stuff about Race Room earlier on in particular. As we got the 424, sorry, who is ailing. Anton Oman has had an issue, and he seems to have a lot of damage. He's slow on the inside, and he might need to pit before the end of this race.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's...
He is last anyway, so, I mean, frankly, he could park it up now and he wouldn't lose any places. And he'd still score points. But not a good end to the race for him.
I don't see what's wrong.
Well, he's got a little bit on the front right. A little bit of damage there, but it seems like he's back up to full speed. Though he might have steering damage, but it seems all right. Maybe if we get an onboard.
Maybe it was a
just
slow
check.
down.
See if there's any steering damage. Is it slightly to the left, that steering wheel?
I think it looks okay.
Yeah. Further up. Grosseto, he's falling into the clutches now, actually, of Perry. I wonder if Grosseto has burned out his tyres because he didn't take tyres at his pit stop. Unlike most drivers took... Apologies, no, he did take...
It was Tim Perry had the short one.
He didn't take it, but Perry's now faster than him, so... Well, Grosseto could have still burned the tyres.
Tim's looking very quick.
Now they're being held up behind a GTP. It's Anthony Bernand.
Yep, this could be a nice battle. Grosseto's no slouch, though. He's won the last 2 races back-to-back in LMP2M.
But yeah, just returning to what I was saying about the late Apex, we discussed race room extensively. We also did a tier list of iRacing cars.
And there was no arguments.
And then, yeah, we sort of, I think we compromise.
Yeah.
We realise we've got a lot of cars to get through and life's too short to argue about every single one. So, yeah, we got through them. So do check that out. That's over on the Apex Racing Team YouTube channel, or you can search the late Apex wherever you stream podcasts.
Yeah, Tim's going to have a nice run here. Just needs to set this up nicely, focus on traction. Nicely done. Let it track out, take the off track. No, take the off track. Okay. That's what they're for. Cool.
Oh, he's got way more straight line speed.
Yeah, I shouldn't way more traction. I don't know why he headed out draft so early. I usually wait for the...
out now, to be fair, so maybe it was just the draft. I don't remember getting that much draft.
He just popped out the draft a little too early there, did Tim?
Yeah. Here comes John Williams. Oh! Probably the slowest anyone's taken the first chicane today. And he could not get past yours, Ooms, but Ooms had to compromise his line.
A little bit. John's going for it here, though. I see him late break. Yep, very committal. And he's done it. Nice move from John there. Not having his best race, but it's tough out there.
Well, he's got 3.5 seconds now to catch up to Gordon, but he's not really any faster than Gordon. So I don't think that's going to happen. So yeah, we'll probably just be where he is for the end of the race. Perry's made a bit of a mistake. He's dropped off the back of Grosseto up to 9 tenths now. These guys are line astern. Tarowski gained 3 tenths on that last lap, a bit of a mistake from Tamas.
And interestingly, Michael Halfdarson has not made any inroad on George Sazanoff, Matthew Crisp, or any of those. He got past Clement Career, a while ago, and I just assumed he would find his way through. I mean, we know in qualifying he had P2 pace, and yeah, just hasn't found his way through.
Yeah, he's still 1 second behind Sazanoff with a lap and a half to go. These guys are about to start their... No, well, actually, they might force... Got 2 more laps to go here. It's not going to be the white flag. I hope everyone's calculated that right, because we're going to force the extra lap by about 5 seconds or so. Very close.
You love to see it.
Very good news for Tarowski. Not sure. Well, I don't know. Who knows if he's going to send this? Tarowski will realise that realistically he's not going to win this title unless Tamas crashes out from the last race and doesn't finish it. Which, considering that they have a faster pair of these drivers, is very illogical.
Yeah, just don't get stuck in the catch fence.
Yeah.
Fast pair can't fix that if you're stuck up there. Delatraz on for a P2, 1.7 back. So he's definitely not got anything on Bernier till the finish. Habinho 1.2 back from Delatraz, so it looks like that's going to remain unchanged. And Clement Quare's dropped Fabio by about 2 seconds, so yeah. Fabio's got more Tim Perry to worry about on the last lap.
Ah.
Oh.
He may have even sped as well. I mean, I think he's under field. Or has he gone over the instant limit?
If we could get...
Here we go. Yeah, he's gone past his pit stall. He's gone over the instant limit. 20 instants.
On white flag? Your weeks. Or basically, yeah, it would be white flag for him, wouldn't it?
Yeah, well, the leaders are just coming up to the line to start. So, yeah, he's going to do one less lap. He's going to get lapped. Or will he? I mean, it probably doesn't matter too much, but...
he'll get lapped, yeah.
No, I don't think he will quite. I think he's far enough ahead of Seago, who now starts the white flag lap.
So Seagro's not on a white flag?
He's now on the white flag.
Right, I see what you're saying. Okay, yeah, I'll shut up. Yeah, you're right. He's not lapped. I will be quiet.
Who else is close? Ooms close to Joslin. Well, Joslin just got past Ooms.
I wonder what happened to Fabio. Was it just a 1x or a 4x contact with...
I don't think they ever got that close. I think it was probably just
Tim
a
Perry.
1x.
Well, it was a couple of tenths, but yeah, it was probably just a 1x pushing to keep Tim away. But
Nicholas saying Fabio drive through pain.
yeah, for sure.
After Delson getting closer to Sazonov, but I don't think anything's going to happen on that. And Schwebig's caught back up to Christofouli.
Yeah, rapidly. Maybe Christofouli's got fuel problems?
I think he's under... No, sorry. Sector 1 on this lap, Christofouli got past Schwebig.
Oh. Oh, of course, yeah. Christofouli's up 6. Sorry, yeah. Christofouli obviously started from last this race. No qualifying ban.
Well, out in the lead. No doubt about this one. It's going to be a first race win of the season for Antonino Segro.
Yeah, well deserved.
And he has beaten, in a straight fight, Turoshki and Tamas. Turoshki beat Tamas. And out of fuel is Christofouli.
Oh, you are joking.
Henning Schwebig is going to finish in P4 and get more important points for his amateur championship. And I don't think Christofouli will even make it to the line from there.
No, he's going to lose to Origi.
Hundreds of meters away.
Maritz and Benand, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
In the lead of the LMP2 Pros. Oh, here comes Segro. Apologies, Christofouli. Bernier wins his 4th race out of 5 and closes the championship gap to 5 points with 1 round to go. Delatraz finishes in 2nd place. He minimises the damage, finishes ahead of Herbinho. And Christofouli did make it. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was.
Oh, yeah, he only got beat by Schwiebel there.
Yeah,
okay.
I thought he was out at this point, but he clearly had a little bit more fuel to use. Clement Quare. He has pretty much got 1 hand and 4 fingers on the trophy now. Looking very good in the LMP2 AMS, and it's another race win, his 3rd of the season. To beat the likes of Perry, Gordon, Williams. Really great performance from the French driver.
Yeah, stellar indeed.
So that was round 9 of the ARL Prototype Championship from Monza. And yeah, I'm very pleased for Antonino Segro to get a
100%.
race win. Because that's now the 2 Absolute drivers and the 2 Manatee drivers have all got wins now this season.
Yeah, very impressive. I mean, yeah, he looked super dominant in qualifying. And it looked like, you know, we were coming up with loads of ideas what the Manatee boys had come up with. But I think the logical answer was they didn't have the pace. Segro was absolutely flying. Well deserved. But yeah, apart from that, very predictable winners up and down. But yeah, just Segro taking his 1st win of the season. Well deserved.
Let's have a look at the final results, just to check if there were any post-race penalties or anything, but I think it was all right. Yeah, Turoshki did get past Tamas. So, it's bad of me. Tamas was ahead of Turoshki, wasn't he? Because of the pit stop. And then, I guess, let him past. He wasn't really getting that close. But maybe Tamas letting Turoshki past. Maybe just to help him get P2 in the championship, perhaps. Not that he really needs it, but The championship for Tamas, pretty much he just needs to finish the final round, and that will be enough for the title. Schwebig, top of the amateurs once again. Ansel Lewitson actually finished second place out of the amateurs, a bit of an understated performance from him. Didn't see much of him, but good work there. At the head of the LMP2s, it was Augustin Bernier, apologies, ahead of Alexander Delachez and Christophe Albino. It's another Delachez 1, 2, 3, 2 races in a row that they've achieved that. Top of the amateurs was Clement Quer for Scuderia Volpi by P1 Sim. Let's have a chat with a couple of our drivers then. First up, I think we will drag up Henning Schwebig, who joins us now. Henning, congratulations. It is strangely only your second race win of the season. I mean, it feels weird because you've sort of dominated the championship. I mean, does it feel weird to yourself that this is the first time since like October that you've won a race?
Not really, because I didn't have the pace for the race win on all the races except the last one where I just got the penalty for speeding in the pit lane, which wasn't that good.
Yeah, but you absolutely managed to deliver it tonight. Yeah. How's the car feeling, and do you think your pick of the caddy was the best one out of the roster?
No, I think for me the caddy is the best. I really like that. I really like setting the car soft up, and today the car was like really nice to drive. Yeah, no understeer compared to all other tracks, so that was nice.
And talk us through your battle with Federico Crisafulli. I'm trying to remember everything that happened, but Crisafulli started, of course, far back. He then closed up and I think nearly overtook you. Then I think there was a bit of contact, and then we saw the fuel issue at the end. But yeah, take us through it from your perspective.
Yeah, like for the first stint, I was in front of him till I missed the first chicane, got a slowdown and had to let him pass. And then I think he ran out of fuel at the end of the lap, and I only had 0.5 of a liter also left at the line. So yeah, that was a bit crazy.
Yeah, I think the extra lap was forced by like 10 seconds or so. So yeah, it was super close. Heading into Daytona, you've pretty much won the title. I mean, I'm not sure what exactly needs to happen in order for you to lose it from here, but you've put yourself into a very good position. So yeah. I guess you must feel quite sort of relaxed going into that final round.
Yes, I'm feeling relaxed, feeling good. Yeah.
Excellent stuff. Well, thanks for having a chat with us, Henning. Is there anyone you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, my teammates, Søren Krøll, who sadly wasn't here today, and Jack Wells.
Awesome.
That's all.
Well, thanks for having a chat with us, and best of luck for the final round.
Yeah, thank you. Have a nice day. Bye.
Cheers. Bye.
Henning Schwebig there, 4th place overall and top of the GTP AMS. Who are you going to have a chat with?
Well, I get a chance to chat to the winner of GTPs, Antonio Segro. Can you hear me okay?
Hello, good evening to everyone.
Hello there. First of all, congratulations on a very dominant display. Pole, winner of the race, broke the draft early, good pit stop. How did it go from your point of view?
Yeah, it was a very difficult race, especially in the second stint because I changed the rear tires. On the brake, it was very slightly, if I can say it, and I was, how can I say, Thomas was behind. It was 4.0, and then by two mistakes I did, it was 3 seconds. So I was very scared. But the problem was in the first corner in Team 1. It was very difficult to break the car, but I managed everything to take the victory. The first victory should be in Zolder, but I made a mistake. So I'm very happy about the result finally in my home. So
yeah, perfect. It would look like a very stellar drive. Your qualifying was fire. Was you going to improve on that last lap, or did you pick up a 1x on your last lap of qualifying? I thought you was on a heater there for your last attempt.
In the second attempt, I was very quicker. I tried, and on the last, I was quicker, 1/10. but I took the off track on Les Mode 2, if I remember. But after see Balaz make a mistake on the exit of Ascari, so I thought the pole was mine. But yeah, I this time not to push lap, but just one. So it was the best strategy.
Have you done any officials this week at IMSA?
Yeah, a lot. Yeah, make a P3 always before, but in one race just DNF after contact with a GTP. So yeah, Monza is very special for me. I don't know why, but I always quick. So I thought it was my race today, and I didn't make a job. And I want to say this victory is for Simone Nucera because he lost his grandmother. So this victory is for him. And I want to thank my team for all the support that they give me.
Copy, and well said. I'm sure that means a lot. Yeah, excellent display, and obviously for a good cause, it seems. Looking forward to Daytona week?
Well, can you speak a little bit slow because my English is not...
Are you looking forward to Daytona? Next week we have Daytona.
Yeah, tomorrow we start my training on Daytona. I think Acura is still overpowered on Daytona, but Porsche will be very strong. So I need to train a lot. My goal is the second place, but I think it's very difficult. But I will try.
Understood. Well, again, congratulations on the win. Yeah, and I hope to see you next week. If you, hopefully, you'll pick up that win at Daytona as well. And again, congratulations. Nice talking to you.
Thanks, guys.
Cheers. Antonio Segura there. Great race. I'm the worst to talk to someone with foreign. I talk so quickly.
Let's have a chat next with Augustin Bernier because he's another one of our race winners. Augustin, congratulations. It is another race win. 4 race wins out of 5 for yourself. And I think from what we could see, a lot of it was decided on that lap 1 with that break that you made. I mean, how much did you see of it in your mirrors and what were you thinking when you saw those 3 guys behind you going alongside into T1?
Yeah, hello. Firstly, thank you for this race. It was, again, a good race. And the first lap was so scary from my teammates and Michael Alfilason. I managed. I was in front, so it was more easy for me. But yeah, stressful first lap, and then it was more easy, I think, when I was ahead. But even if I won, I did not a very good race because I got 2 slowdowns in the race early in the race, so my teammates were close. But it's again a win, and we are very happy. 1, 2, 3 again, and 20-second gap with P4. So amazing night again.
Absolutely. You came out of the pits not far ahead of Alexander. I mean, he managed to make up a big chunk of time in the pit stop, and he seemed to be getting in your draft, but then fell away. We didn't quite see what happened to Alexander, but was it a slowdown maybe with like quarter of an hour to go?
It was a risk for Alexander. He took a risk. He managed to be more fast in the pit lane and put less of fuel than us, me and Christophe. So yeah, the exit was close. I was surprised, and I saw him 5 tenths behind. I was like, wow, what a jump from Alexander. But he has to manage fuel in the last 10 laps, so it was more easy for me. And
sure, yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Especially seeing that the extra lap was like 10 seconds. If the leader in the GTPs was 10 seconds slower, there would have been one less lap. So it makes sense that he rolled the dice on that one. In the championship, you headed into this round 11 points behind. You're now 5 points behind. If you win the final round, you are the champion, no matter what happens to Alexander. So are you feeling excited? And have you been in sort of such a close season finale like this in the past?
Yeah, I'm excited. It will be a very good last race. In Daytona, it will be tough, I know. It will be very good for us to fight for a win in a championship like this. We are very happy. And let's see, if I win, I know I will be champion. If Alexander win, if Alexander will be champion. Whatever, we are very happy and yeah, I hope to be champion, but if Alexander is champion, I'm happy, and Christoph could be champion as well if we crashed or something like this. But let's see.
Yes, well, best of luck that you're able to clinch it, Augustin. But yeah, good that yeah, one of you guys is going to be able to win either way. Is there anyone you want to give a shout out to?
Well, thank you again to all the organization and my team, of course, it was Automotive. Again, a lot of prep this week. Monza was tough to prep. The setup was very good, but tough to understand. And yeah, that's it.
Awesome. Well, best of luck in your championship bids next time, and we'll see you. We'll see you there.
Cheers. See you.
Augustin Bernier, there, winner in the LMP2 Pros.
Yeah, very well driven.
Let's have, or we'll be harsh and say one more interview, I think.
Okay, well, I really want to ask, I want to chat about the incident, so I'm going to talk to our usual interviewer, Michael Hafdarson. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I hear you loud and clear.
Obviously, congratulations on your qualifying. Pace looked tremendous. T1 looked tumultuous. That's the word I'm looking for. But obviously, let's get right to it. The incident. Me and Sam had we're not the stewards. We had our take on it, and we felt Delatraz obviously just held the nose, leant on your fender, and forced you into a no-win situation. You had to turn at some point. How did you find it? Now you've had time to...
Yeah, at first I didn't even know he was like alongside me at all. I thought he was behind me because I felt a touch. So my car got loose, and at that moment I kind of tried to turn in, and then obviously, yeah, seeing the replay now, I see that he was like, he had his nose up my rear. So I mean, looking at it, it was inevitable I'm gonna spin, but it's a shame. It's getting to the end of the season. Obviously, people are starting to race harder, and you notice it. So, I mean, can't really say I blame him, but at the same time, it's sad it happened, considering that, again, I have pace in qualifying.
Sure, yeah, and tremendous pace it was. You split the guys, P2, it was very close and competitive. You didn't make your... Obviously, I know you're a very fast driver. You didn't make the inroads I thought you was going to make later in the race. Was that just pace had gone, lack of motivation, frustration? What happened? Because there was a few people I thought you was going to get past, and it just never materialized.
Yeah, no, I got past a few people, and obviously, like I said, it's getting towards the end of the season. People start to race harder. So, like, passing a few people, even though we're both on the racing line, I got like 2 or 3 4Xs. So, with like 30 minutes to go, I was at 19 Xs, so I kind of had to like just consolidate my position.
Right, okay,
couldn't really risk anything.
Right, yeah, understood. But yeah, tough race. Have you been doing officials here this week, or?
I did one race and I got spun, so maybe that was foreshadowing today.
It was the omen, unfortunate. That's a shame, Michael. Well, obviously, I got to chat to you. Daytona week. Looking forward to that last round of the season?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's going to be difficult though, seeing as Daytona is a track people usually like and practice for a lot, and since it's closing in on the 24 hours for the start of next year, I think it's going to be a difficult track to be competitive against the Deltras guys.
Sure, you're right. Everyone brings their A game, and the margins are usually very small at this track. So, but yeah, I look forward to seeing you battle the Deltras guys. It looks very tough out there. You're in a tough field there. But again, I thought you did very well. Stellar Q lap, and it's a shame. Like you said, it's sad what happened. But yeah, on to next week. Shout outs. Anyone would like to give a shout out to?
I would like to give a shout out to all of the guys in Alfintech and of course AM Racing Team, and I'd also like to ask Sam from Daniel Solo, when is a NASCAR series coming?
Danny has asked that question enough times, and I feel sorry for you, Michael, that you're being used in this way to harass me. He will just need to check the Discord for if something's announced. And he knows that, you know that, I know that. So hopefully the question doesn't need to be asked again.
I can't tell you who's going to ask it again. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Michael.
Cheers, mate.
Bye.
There we go. Well, he had time to breathe after the incident. I'm sure he didn't sound that calm, collected, and professional.
Yeah.
At the moment.
Well, whether he reports it or not, all incidents on lap 1 are reviewed by the stewards, so we will see if their penalty is awarded. They had such a big gap though that I think Alexander will only drop to 3rd, even if it's like a 15-second penalty.
Sure, yeah.
So it shouldn't be too bad for him, but could still make some difference in the championship.
Yeah, Bernie doing the protest.
Yeah. I'm just pointing it out, guys.
Yeah.
This did happen. Had nothing to do with it, but I just hope you guys don't miss it.
Yeah.
Maybe, can we have one more interview with
go for
Mads?
it.
I'm not. Yeah, we'll have one more interview with Mads Lauritsen, even though we are a little bit over time, as I cannot drag him. I can drag him now. Mads Lauritsen joins us. Congratulations, Mads. Really great result there. 2nd place in GTPM.
Yeah, it was not actually the result I was expecting, but I really love the performance I put out today, comparing to the others races of this season. But I'm pretty satisfied with today.
Absolutely. What do you think it was a Monza specific thing? Do you go particularly well around this circuit? I mean, what do you think made the difference?
I mean, the difference I think really made I can't really explain it, but I just absolutely outperformed myself. I'm gonna be honest. But what can I say? I can't really explain it. I'm just kind of speechless right now. I'm just happy that I actually got this result.
Absolutely. And of course, we've seen you race in a mixture of cars, including the Porsche Cups, I believe, in the past, and of course these GTPs. Is this your absolute focus at the moment, the GTP cars? And how are you finding them, racing them, not just in this series, but generally?
I mean, genuinely, this GTP is the main focus right now, because I'm also racing a lot of other endurance races and all that stuff. So GTP is definitely the main point, and it's a lot of fun to drive. But it's also, you also need to learn. Yeah, you need to learn it. You really need to spend some time.
Definitely, yeah. It's definitely a car that rewards putting in those hours of practice. Well, thanks for having a chat with us. Is there anyone you want to give a shout out to?
I would like to shout out to my brother, Asger Lauritsen, for supporting me, or also encouraging me to just keep on moving, keep on practicing till you get there. Also to my family, and also to you guys for hosting this amazing series.
Well, thanks for having a chat with us, Mads, and the kind words as well. And we'll see you back at Daytona.
Yeah, good race, Mads.
Yep. Right. See ya.
Cheers.
Mads Lauritsen, 2nd place out of the GTP AMP. That's his best result of the season.
Yeah, it went a little unnoticed, actually, even by us. That was a stellar result. Very, very tough field, and he pipped Jack Wells as well.
Yeah, first podium of the season for him. Daytona next up. Hopefully it's wet.
Wayne Half Dawson would love that.
Yeah. I think he'd make the championship interesting in that LMP2. I mean, that's the thing. Really, either way, whether Alexander gets a penalty or not, it's going to be a case of winner takes all between Augustin and Alexander.
The bus stop is nasty in the wet though.
Well, because of the curbs.
Well, because there is no, like, use the dry line. There's a big puddle there. I'm going to go through it now really quickly.
Yeah.
And when I come out of it, hopefully the car's pointing that way.
Sure, yeah.
It's really frustrating. The rest of the track's fine. I mean, T1's fine. The bus stop can be a little bit of a hazard.
Well, we will see what's going to happen next time out. Of course, make sure to subscribe to Apex Racing TV so you get notified whenever one of our races goes live. We've got loads more action as well. We've got the season finale of Racing Unleashed GT3 on Sunday. We've got Radical's official series tomorrow. We've got our Porsche Cup Benelux region championship going on as well during the weekdays, and Vic Tech and many others. And of course, do check out the Apex Racing TV and Apex Racing League social medias as well for highlights from each of our races. But for now, from myself, Sam Fitzpatrick, and from David Sampson and everyone here at the Apex Racing TV esports studio, we will say goodbye for now, and we'll see you back for the season finale in 1 week's time. See you then.